the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report. Show number 384 for Thursday, the 26th of August.
Whew. August? How about June?
I was thinking ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah. Of June. Sorry. Apparently, I'm 2 months ahead of myself.
Yeah.
It feels like August outside.
Hot August.
Yeah. Scott Hammer, Ron Miller are coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch from the future, or we could be in June, I suppose, from the Dominator Race Products studio. Tonight on the show, we're going to be speaking with street stock racer Kaleb Wilber once again. We had him on a couple years ago as part of our Butler Champion show.
Right.
But talk a little more in depth with him this time. Last time, I think you didn't get to talk to him. I did a pre-record with him. So he'll be joining us shortly. He's one of the last two late model. My God, where am I? I'm somewhere else. The last two street stock features up there at Butler Motor Speedway. So, and his brother won the first three. They've been to five together. His brother won the first three, Jacob, and Kaleb won the last three.
Ooh.
Or last two. My math is off there.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Tonight, if you want to win a Speedy Sponsor sticker, we have the Speedy Sponsor Track of the Week. That's going to be Oakshade Raceway this week.
Really?
Check out Oakshade Raceway at speedysponsors.com. You can get results, schedule information, everything that you might need there, as well as sponsor information. If you want to support those that help out the track out there, you can get all that information at speedysponsors.com and type hashtag Oakshade in the comments of our YouTube or the Facebook Live, and we're going to do a drawing at the end and give you away a Speedy Sponsor sticker. So there you go. Stick around for that. Also, we've been talking about the Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog races.
Right.
I've got some more details on that.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yes. So
I like hot dogs.
we have dates for those events. The hot dog race. If you're not sure what the hot dog race is, go to hammerdownracingreport.com. Right on the homepage, I put up a whole thing earlier this evening explaining what it's about. Real quick, though, the first hot dog race will be for the late models on July 26th.
Okay.
The following week, August 2nd, will be the Sportsman hot dog race. 2 weeks after that, on August 16th, will be the Superstock hot dog race. And then the 30th will be, August 30th will be the Compact hot dog race.
Okay.
So, and we have some sponsors. We haven't finalized what exactly the sponsorships are. Speedy Sponsors is pitching in. Ron Miller Race Cars pitching in. Hammer Down Racing Report's going to be pitching in. But if you're a driver at Oakshade in one of the classes, one of the four classes out there, hit up hammerdownracingreport.com. There's a little form on there because what we'll do to determine the participants, because only two drivers can compete in each of these races. So there'll only be two late model drivers, two super stock drivers, two sportsman drivers, with two alternates just in case one of those or both of those drivers can't make it. But we'll do a random drawing to determine who those are going to be, assuming we have more than two people who are interested in doing it.
Right.
So hammerdownracereport.com. Again, if you're a driver in one of those classes, just fill out that form there. We'll do the drawings to determine who the participants will be on that week's show. So,
how about a Fremont truck racer and an Oakshade Superstock racer?
We could probably do one of those. Maybe we do one on the showdown night.
Maybe.
I like that. I'm sure Pam was pretty open about it. We could probably talk her into doing one more. Yeah. Who did you have in mind?
I'm going to let you stew on that one for a while.
I can't eat hot dogs quick, so anything with bread because I have a medical reason, my surgery.
I see.
I don't work properly anymore, so.
And I'm significantly older than you, so that should.
Can we have like pinch hitters to do the eating for us?
No, I like hot dogs, but I move slow, so
we'll figure that out. Anyway, Hammer Down Race Report. The dates are on there. All the information on the hot dog races. Again, these are the Chris Mize Memorial hot dog races. As
right.
He's the great one to introduce us to those events.
Sure do miss that guy, Scott.
I do, yeah. Freeze Frame Photos is your go-to for all your racing photo needs, whether it's heart-pounding action shots or those unforgettable victory lane moments. Freeze Frame Photos has you covered, but that's not all. They offer a fantastic range of custom gifts to commemorate your favorite races, including print magnets, canned koozies, tumblers, wood plaques, custom slate photos, wind spinners, and buttons. That's just to name a few. If you want to add a personal touch, that's not a problem. They can customize any photo or gift item with your own text or graphics, making each piece uniquely yours. Call Charlie today at 419-407-6994. Let Freeze Frame Photos turn your favorite memories into timeless treasures, and check out their new website, freezeframephotos.redframe.com. Freeze Frame Photos, special moments frozen in time. I did talk to Charlie. You can't order yet. He's working on setting up a special PayPal so he can get payments. So right now you can just go and look at them, and probably you could tell him what you want, and he'll print it out, bring it to the track or whatever. But
sure,
eventually you'll be able to order them right there directly off of that new website.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
And he has got an amazing amount of photos.
He's got a lot of work ahead of him to get all those uploaded.
He does.
Elevate your racing performance with Dominator Race Products, the premier choice for high-quality, durable race car components, from innovative nose pieces and valances to robust fenders and spoilers. Their products are engineered to enhance your vehicle's aerodynamics and durability on the track. Trusted by racers nationwide, Dominator Race Products delivers the reliability and performance you need to dominate the competition. Check out the Killer Z28 nose kits. He's pushing those again. Those are pretty cool looking.
Right.
They look like those old Camaro Z28s from the 70s. Slap one of those on your street stock. Be pretty cool. Everybody be like, oh, that's cool. Visit DominatorRaceProducts.com today to explore the extensive range of products and take your racing to the next level. You can also get Dominator Race Products from local reputable race shops such as Ron Miller Race Cars.
We like those guys out there in Lyons, Ohio.
Is that technically Lions out there? I always see them when we're passing by on Central there. Also got to thank Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Magic Moment Entertainment, Dipman Motorsports, and DCR Graphics, sponsors of the program. Tonight we'll be giving away DCR Graphics Hammer Down Racing Report sticker a little bit later for tonight's How Many as well. So stick around for that. Before we get to our guest tonight, again, Mr. Kaleb Wilber, we have a little bit of racing roundup to do from last week's racing action. So let's do that.
Racing Roundup.
Palmyra Speedway at Hilltop, Friday night. Jace Brando picking up the little pup win. Elena Duvendak winning in the kids junior. Oh, my goodness. Maskeen? Your kid senior?
Who?
Maase.
Mace.
Okay. Wouldn't that just be Mase?
Mossy? I don't know.
All right, then. Jeremy,
maybe
we'll
it
have
was
to get
a
with Ron
typo.
Bailey and find out. It could be a typo, too. No, producer Dave wouldn't do a typo. Jeremy Champion won the Predator Lights. Grant Canfield, your Predator Heavy winner, and Steve Van Dyke winning in the Open Division. Waynesfield Raceway Park in action last Thursday night. Ohio Sprint Speed Week. Parker Price Miller, the law firm, won the All-Star Circuit of Champion 410 Sprint feature. Bryce Massengill, your USAC D2 midget feature winner at Waynesfield. Didn't hear anything bad about anything there. Sounded like a decent show.
No, and they worked their butts off to get that track back in shape.
Yeah, it rained that day too, didn't it?
A lot.
Yeah. Lorraine Raceway Park in action. They had a pretty big weekend, 2 nights of racing. Friday night, Will Uravac won in the Grand Nationals. Ernest Phillips, your factory stock winner. Saturday night, it was Matt Dimmitt winning in the modifieds, and Chase Wiggins winning in the Grand Nationals. Oh, I almost forgot Brandon Weigel in the compacts, winning there at Lorraine. Lima Motorsports Park on Friday night. Sean Westerfield, your Great Lakes traditional sprint feature winner. Dylan Nussbaum winning in the UMP Modifieds. Todd Sherman, excuse me,
easy,
getting the win in the Thunderstocks. Oakshade Raceway Saturday night. Rusty Schlenk picking up his second consecutive feature win, as well as the outlaw Jesse Jones getting his second consecutive DCR Graphic Sportsman win.
Was that his second or third?
Second consecutive.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head if it was second or third overall, but he's going to be on the show next week.
Is he?
Yeah.
Cool.
Adam Lance getting his second consecutive. Everybody's winning 2 in a row here at Oakshade. Adam Lance won the Dominator Superstock feature. Jeff Wells, though, not a back-to-back winner, but he picked up the win in the Compact A main. And Gavin Stambaugh won in interesting Compact B main.
Really?
Yeah, it was just one of those races where things are happening all over, but the green flag just keeps going. Cars are falling off, pulling to the infield, spinning out, keeping going. They're kind of fun to watch sometimes.
They are.
Yeah. Sandusky Speedway, they were canceled due to wet grounds. That plays into last week's How Many. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Flat Rock Speedway Saturday night, Chase Pincinel, your winner of the ASA CRA Jegs late model feature, Travis Early, winner in the figure eights, and Greg Stude picking up the street stock win. Butler Speedway, Dan McCarron, your 410 sprint winner, Todd Sherman getting the UMP modified win, Kaleb Wilber, street stock winner, Corey Gum getting the 4-cylinder win. Wayne County Speedway Saturday night, Kyle Moore getting it done once again in the late models. He still has Wayne County figured out there pretty well. Jesse Weiscarver, winner in the UMP modifieds, Jordan Conover getting the super stock win. He had a post trying to get more super stock guys out over there.
Right, I saw that.
Which unfortunately, I'm busy Saturday nights. Otherwise, it'd be kind of cool to get out there. But also, I don't have all the open tires, different tires that some of the drivers have. So I'm not sure how competitive I could be if I had to buy. Unless I bought new tires, so I don't know. He says it's a fun track.
It's an open tire rule?
I'm not sure if it's open. I know that he said something about it's more open than I have now. How's that?
Okay.
Let's go with that. Also at Wayne County, we got Doug Hensel winning in the mini stocks and Carson Hubbard, your Mod Light winner. The Napa Auto Parts All-Star Circuit of Champions, they were at Moeller Raceway Park on Friday, part of Ohio Sprint Speed Week. Cole Duncan getting the win there. And then Atomic Speedway on Saturday. Danny Dietrich getting the win and winning the Speed Week championship, too.
He had a pretty good run during that whole
Speed Week?
Speed Weeks, yeah.
Series?
Yeah, because it was the weather kind of interrupted some of it.
Some of it, yeah. But that's typical. I mean, that happens. Where were you? Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, the 19th annual Firecracker 100 at Lernerville Speedway. Both Thursday and Friday nights were canceled due to rain. Saturday night, Jonathan Davenport getting the win there. World of Outlaw and NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series action, Knoxville Raceway Thursday night. Buddy Kofoid, he's been knocking them down there.
Picked up the wick just a little bit and turned it up. Yep.
Hussett's High Bank Nationals at Husett Speedway on Friday. Bill Baylog, your winner there. Saturday, it was Buddy Kofoid once again. Monday Madness at Independence Motor Speedway was canceled due to forecasted rain. World of Outlaw, Real American Beer Late Model Series action, doing actually a double sanction with the Dirt Car Summer Nationals at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway. Friday night, Bobby Pierce getting that win, and Saturday night, Drake Troutman getting that late model win. ARCA action, the Shore Lunch 250 at Elko Speedway. Max Reeves getting the win there. And there were some penalties after that. And one guy penalized for an interview he did after the race.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I was working on right when you came in. We'll check that out here in a little bit. It was entertaining. If you have kids around, though, you might need some earmuffs. That's a forewarning. You have some time before we get to it. Indy next series action on Sunday. Grand Prix at Road America. K.O. Collette getting the win there. And then NTT IndyCar Series action later on Sunday. Alex Pillow, your winner. So, very cool. Let me see something here. Sorry, I'm responding to a text from our guest.
Oh, I see.
So, anyways, double work, producer and host. NASCAR action, Craftsman Truck Series, Miller Tech Battery 200 at Pocono. Lane Riggs getting the win there. And then Xfinity Series on Saturday with, what's-his-face? Dale Jr. was doing the pit crewing for Connor Zilic, who picked up the win, yeah. So he's batting 1,000 as far as crew chiefing.
Whoa. Okay.
But, yeah, Connor Zilic getting the win there in the Xfinity Series Race Cup Series. Great American Getaway 400 Pocono. Chase Briscoe, your winner there. And Dirt Car Summer National action last Thursday. Tyler Erb getting the win at Lee County. Sunday, Tyler Erb again getting the win at Lincoln Speedway. Ryan Gustin was your weekly champ. This week, Springfield Raceway and Tuesday night, Tyler Erb. That's 3 in a row for him.
What a surprise.
Yeah, he won the whole thing last year, so that was pretty cool. And Wednesday night at Tri-City, that was canceled due to rain. Hammer Down Army results. Again, if you have one of these Hammer Down Racing Report window stickers, courtesy of DCR Graphics, you can get them for just $5. Shoot them a call, shoot them a message, DCRgraphics.com.
Or you can win one right here.
Or you could win one coming up a little bit later as well.
Hammer Down Racing Report.
Shoot a picture of it on your car, and just like that, you'll be in the Hammer Down Army. Well, you got to show us the picture, I suppose. Jeff Wells, he showed us his picture. He, again, won the Compact A-Main there at Oakshade, so congratulations to him.
I think that's his first A-Main win.
I'm not sure. I think he might have won.
I know he's won some B-Mains.
Oh,
not sure about the A-Main.
John Young finished 11th. That was his first night out in the Superstock A-Main at Oakshade. Kurt Dickey posted a 17th finishing position in the Superstock A at Oakshade. Peyton Hovis, he was in that crazy compact B-Main at Oakshade. He was about a half track behind the leader, spun out, got it going, and maintained his second place finish. So nice run for him. And I finished fourth there in the Superstock A-Main. Sorry. And, look, he did get connected. So,
all right.
Yeah, we'll talk to Kaleb Wilber here in just a moment. That's it for your Hammer Down Army results. There was a few that did not report. Grayson Warner was one of them. I know he had a lot of stuff break on his car on Saturday night. Just breakage or carnage? Yes, a little bit of a combination of things. Remember when my rear end, one of the trailing arms broke and everything ripped out of the rear end? It sounds similar to that, but it also ripped up some tires, and he's got some messed up rims. I don't know. Race fans, the 50th season at Oakshade Raceway is in full gear, packed with action every Saturday night, featuring dirt car, UMP late models, DCR Graphics Sportsman, Dominator, Superstocks, and Compacts, running full shows through August, including this weekend. Of course, make sure to mark your calendars for the most electrifying night of the year, the annual the annual birthday race, featuring the UMP Dirt Car Summer Nationals and co-sanctioned with the American Late Model Ironman Series. That's going to be Saturday, July 12th. You can stay in the loop on all the high-octane action by visiting oakshaderaceway.com. Follow on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and or TikTok for the latest updates. Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race. And if you're planning your dream wedding or special event, make it unforgettable with Magic Moment Entertainment. Mention the Hammer Down Racing Report when you book. You'll get $100 off your reception DJ service. With over 30 years of experience, Ron Burt will make sure your event is perfect. Magic Moment handles everything from contracts to full liability insurance, giving you peace of mind, plus no hidden fees, no charges for mileage or dance floor lighting ever. He serves the entire states of Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, and Kentucky. Specializes in wedding receptions, but Magic Moment also excels in corporate events and mitzvahs. They take pride in working closely with couples and clients to create magical moments tailored just for you. Call 419-594-2261 or find Magic Moment Entertainment on Facebook under Magic Moment Entertainment or Ohio Sports Blitz. And with that, let's bring Kaleb back on here. Kaleb Wilber, how's it going?
How you doing, Scott?
Good. Glad. I was going to say, glad you could join us again. This is the first time we actually got you on the show live there, and I'm glad you got connected.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I had a little operator. Oh.
It's all good. This new system we have, it's a little more complicated. It's a little weird, but anyway, you got top 5 finishers in all your starts so far this season, with wins the last 2 weeks. Your brother Jacob, he won the first 3 features of those same 5 starts that you've made. Well, I guess first question is, I noticed you guys are not up there in points. I mean, you are, but you're not at the top of the points because it looks like you guys missed the first night. What happened with that?
Yeah, so man, we spent all winter long just doing all sorts of updates to our cars. We had the cars down to the bare frame at one point and completely had everything in the trailer just sitting there ready for it to go back on. But we knew last year that we had to do some updates to our cars. We were just getting behind in that category. We're real confident in our driving abilities, so last year just seeing where we finished and having to struggle every week, we just knew we had to spend some more time in the garage in the winter, and that's exactly what we did. So we tore them down and did some updates, and man, it's just the results have been nothing but stunning, and it's been a lot of fun this year. So
I was going to say, it seems like it's working out pretty good for you there.
yeah, we got to thank Team ESR for sure. With Eric Swan, he gave us a lot of tips last year. He was probably one of the fastest cars every week and the hardest one to beat. And what's great about Eric is he's not bashful to help anybody. He'll tell you exactly what you need to do, and that's what he did. He gave us some pointers, and that felt pretty good because we did all the work ourselves. A lot of the work is difficult. I'm cutting the frame straight open and moving the motor back and doing all sorts of things that we weren't sure we were capable of even doing. And we just put our heads together and put our hands together and got the work done. So
no input from Dad?
my dad's actually passed away now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, actually, yes. There's still a lot of input from Dad. I mean, Dad taught us what we know now. So, I mean, knowing racing our whole life, he's taught us a lot, and we wouldn't be able to do what we do now without him for sure. So,
and I do want to talk about your dad a little bit here, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, of course.
Before we get to that, though, from your championship in 2023 to now, I mean, it's only been one full racing season, part of another. How has the competition changed in the street stock class out there, where you felt that you needed to up your game this year by so much?
I mean, it's just, Scott, you could attest to this too. It's racing has a lot to do with money, right? I mean, let's be honest. It comes down to having good equipment. I mean, you got to have good equipment to be fast. And Jake and I, we both have a decent motor. So we started there, and we actually, to be completely honest, we didn't touch our motors at all over the winter. We set them underneath the bench, and we saved that money to where we would have rebuilt those. And we spent all our money on our car, on the parts and stuff that we needed. And still a lot of money, of course. And yeah, it's just really paid off for us, gave us a lot of speed, and we're having a lot of fun.
Ron, what do you always say about how fast you want to go?
Yeah, speed costs money. How fast do you want to go?
There you go.
Yeah, it is. And, of course, I could thank all my sponsors, and I'm sure I'll get a chance to do that. But
yes, you will.
It's takes a lot of great people and a lot of great friends to help out in the garage. Like I said, I mean, the work is just crazy. I mean, I've got probably 5 guys that help out consistently, and man, they all were blown away with the amount of work we had to do. And to have the wins and the fast laps to result for it makes it a lot easier on all of us. So,
did the cars get easier to drive, or as they went faster, was it more of a challenge?
The work that we did, the car's never been easier to drive. That's the thing I think we were struggling with the most. I mean, in circle track racing, you got to get through the corner, right? And
Yep.
That's where we were lacking at, was getting through the corner and losing a lot of corner speed. And with our new setup now, we can really get some speed in the corners, and that's where we can pass a lot of cars.
So how many people are coming up to you asking for some insight on your setup, and how protective of that are you?
It's not a whole lot. really, like I said, Eric is the one that gave us a lot of the pointers, and we put that on our cars, and obviously it worked. And people that struggle and whatnot, we try to tell them exactly what to do, and we are not bashful by any means to help anyone. We would love a great race. The fans love it. We love it. Um, yeah, it's great for everybody to have a great race. So there's nothing being hidden or nothing like that.
Did Eric give you some tips on driving with the new setup?
Of course. I mean, Eric and my cousin Tim, they're
Sure.
two guys that have been around that track more than anybody I know. So little advice from them. Like my whole life, I've been around them. So anytime they tell me anything about getting around Butler, I definitely take it right in and soak it in because they know it better than anybody. So yeah, I definitely listen to them and take everything they say with a grain of salt.
Now, you made a lot of changes for this year, you said, but you and your brother, you've been pretty competitive the past few years. What has made you guys so competitive there at Butler in the street stock class?
Really, it's just, the legacy of our name, I think, really is the biggest thing. And my dad, of course, his legacy, we want to continue that and the Wilbur name. With Tim stepping out of racing, it's really just us two and my cousin Jeremy that's left in the Wilbur family that really races right now. And yeah, I just got to keep it going, right? You got to keep the name alive. And yeah, you got to stay there. And Butler's been in our lives forever, so we couldn't get away, and if we wanted to.
Now, missing that first week, I know some drivers, they do that on purpose so that then they're not tempted to really look at the points and do anything. What are your goals? With that being said, what are your goals for this season? Are you eyeing a championship, or is that kind of like, if it happens, it happens? What is it that you want to accomplish this year, other than you and your brother winning every feature event that you guys have been in?
Yeah, no, to be truthful, we didn't make the first night because we just flat out weren't done with our cars. We kind of underestimated all the work that needed to be done. We did absolutely everything from move the motor back and put the motor back in and put the gauges back in. We built a whole new body, a whole new deck lid, a whole new style to us as well. And I give all the credit to my brother Jake. He actually looked at a picture of a car that he liked, and he just took a bunch of templates and he built a template and stepped back and went, don't like it, or yeah, I like it. And we just spent a lot of time in the garage just making it the way that we wanted to. So yeah, we were a little behind on the ball getting to the track, and which we didn't plan on running points at all at the beginning of the year. And really, points is not in our radar. Our goal this year was to have some wins, because last year I think Jake had one win, and the year before that, like, I only had two. So I mean,
You're already there now.
right, we're already there now. So I mean, that was our goal for sure, was to have wins this year. The points obviously come with it. We get asked that quite a bit. There might be a few nights that we plan to do other things. I know Jake wants to go camping, and I know Sam wants to do things as well. So we might take a few nights off. The schedule is still up in the air right now. Um, but as we're winning, obviously we can't just stay home and not go because we're having so much fun. So it's hard to stay home right now.
And I'm sure winning doesn't hurt the fun factor.
No, it definitely does not hurt the fun factor. And like I said, money too, it definitely helps. None of us make money in racing. That's just a fact as well. But bringing home a little something definitely helps, so we can contribute back to our cars and, fuel and oil and tires and all that thing. So it makes it easier going on the track when you don't wreck and break a whole lot. So it's been easy going. So
Do you race your brother any harder than anybody else on the track?
I don't think so. It's that's a tough question. I know I gotta go home that same week and help him fix it if I tear it up. So um,
But you
I
don't like
think
getting beat by him.
no, don't like getting beat by him. Actually, it's funny you say that. Last week, he got caught up in some lap traffic, and that's how I passed him to win last week, was in lap traffic. And my car was a little warm at the end there, and it wasn't running like it was at the beginning of the race. And he tagged me going into 1 and 2, and everybody thought it was the greatest thing. And it's just a friendly thing with us. We've been racing four-wheelers and whatnot in the yard our whole lives. So to do it on the track in front of everybody for the win, it makes it all worth it. So
Very cool. So, any other tracks that you're planning on running this year? Can you run any other tracks?
Oh yeah, we can run any other tracks. It's tough. I mean, obviously, if you run points, or I mean, our cars are fast at Butler, so it's hard to go anywhere else. And it's it's the money factor again. I mean, you keep talking about money. It's easy for us to go 15 minutes down the road and race and save that money on gas and save that extra money getting places like that. And my cousin Mallory, she's getting married in during Kokomo in October, so I can't make it to the Kokomo Clash this year. Maybe try to go to Mount Pillier for the Monster Bash they have there, but as of right now, really, we just got Butler on our radar.
The Showdown series towards the end of the year, that could fit into your schedule. It'd be kind of fun to see you there.
I'm not too familiar with that actually, so.
That's a little thing that the Oakshade Superstocks and the Fremont Dirt Trucks have. It's a little series at both tracks. The Dirt Trucks come to Oakshade and run one at the end of the year, and then we go to Fremont and run against the Dirt Trucks.
And there might be a couple of other shows thrown in there.
Really? Do you know more than I know?
The schedules are still in flux.
Okay. Anyway.
As long as our cars would fit in the category and be legal and whatnot, yeah, I would love to venture out and run other tracks. I mean, that's always been a goal of mine, is to run other tracks. They always say do it when you're young, right? So you got to do those type of things now. So
it's one of the frustrating things I know you can relate to, I can relate to, with being in our class, super stock, a street stock. Not all the rules kind of match up from track to track, so it's kind of hard without having to make some changes or going somewhere and knowing you're not going to be competitive.
Yeah, that's a big talk right now, and it's tough. I understand it all, and I mean it's kind of like Mount Pillier and Butler. The different tire rule, and it gets confusing really, and that's why we've always been a Butler person, and that's why we're gonna run Butler. So I mean, we've just been following what their rules have been, and really, they've kind of opened up in the last couple of years, and that's why we were struggling, because I mean we were legal to what it was a few years ago. You know what I mean? So we updated to what we could have now, and it's that's where the speed is. But yeah, it's tough not being able to go to other tracks. You got to change tires. I mean, it's hard to have two sets of tires sitting in the garage. So it's tough.
Yeah, money again. It comes down to. So.
Yeah, it comes down to that.
Now let's switch gears here, because we didn't really get a chance to talk to you about your father and what happened to him almost 5 years ago now. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. When we had you on for the Butler Championship show. For our listeners that aren't familiar, you want to let everyone know what kind of happened a few years back, and you got the the Terry Wilber Memorial race that you've had for the past few years, and again coming up in early September this year.
Yeah. So that day we were actually at Butler, and it was just before my brother's feature. We were sitting there, and my dad had come up on the mule or whatnot, and he had fell over and passed out, and was actually having a heart attack there at Butler. And they sent him to the Coldwater Hospital there, and then they life flighted him to Borges. And he had a massive heart attack on his main vessel there, so it was 100% blocked. So he was getting no blood flow to his brain. So they actually got his heart fixed and whatnot, but then he just ended up being his brain was just dead at that point. So yeah, we lost him that day, is what I like to say, because he was on a ventilator for about a week. But we lost him that night, and at the best place that he could possibly go. So that's another reason why we love Butler so much. He was definitely there with us every Saturday, and it was his favorite place, and it's our favorite place, and that's where we're going to continue to go.
And tell us a little bit about his racing history at Butler. How many years did he race there? What did he race in?
Yeah, so I think right before he passed away, it would have been 32 years he raced, because actually a couple of years before he passed away, he still raced. We had a dirt modified, and he raced everything from Detroit Iron to late models to eventually a modified. He had a sprint car in there at one point. He just ate and breathed and lived racing for sure. He definitely had a good career, bunch of championships, won the dealer's choice a couple times. Yeah, he was rookie of the year, in a sprint car in '01, I believe. And in '01, he had a sprint car and a late model together, actually. And then that's eventually when I came along. So of course he had to get rid of the sprint car. So that's why I ended that career. But yeah, he just didn't race a whole lot my whole life. He had kids to take care of, so we quit doing that. And I forget what year it was, probably 13 or 12 or 13 around there. A buddy of his was just wanted to see him race, and he wanted us to see him race. So he had sponsored him enough money to get a dirt modified. We drove all the way to Oil City, Pennsylvania. It was like 6.5 hours if I recall. And we got this modified. We brought it home. The truck overheated on the way home. Like we weren't ready for this at all. But man, we were wanting to go racing, right? And my dad went out there and he didn't vinyl the car or nothing. He just cut the number on the car was 628. He took a razor blade and cut the 6 off and made it 28 because obviously 32 was his number. And well, I was close enough to 32, so he made it work.
32 plus, or 28 plus 4.
That's right. So he raced that for a couple of years. It was definitely cool to see him race. I mean, he was old at this point. Man, he still didn't lose it. And then towards the end of his career, he knew that it was about the time, right? And it was hard. We were having problems with motors, and go back to the money. Money was a problem, right? To have a nice running motor, it takes a lot of money. So we struggled with motors for quite a while, and it was tough on him. And he just, he wanted to hand the reins over to his boys. So that's what he did. Jake actually got to drive the modified for a year while he had his front wheel drive and while I had my front wheel drive in 2017. And then yeah, we actually still have the modified. We sold it, and then a buddy of ours had actually bought it from the guy and surprised us with it after my dad had passed away. So now we actually have that car, so that's pretty cool too. So
Will that car ever race again, or is that just gonna stay in the shop?
we take it for his memorial race there. We set it
Okay.
out and put a little poster up, and it's vinyled up and everything. It does not have a motor in it right now. It's definitely a goal of ours is to put a motor in it and have it be a running and driving car, not necessarily to race it and go fast, but maybe be a pace car type of thing. So
So how big of a deal is it for you to win the Terry Wilbur Memorial?
man, it would be cool for sure. It would be cool. I think it'd be just as cool to see anybody else win it too. Like the check and everything we put out is really the coolest thing. I think I wish I could make two and keep one myself just because of how cool we make them. But yeah, I just hope it's a great race because that's what he would want. And yeah, if we come out on top, we come out on top. So
If I remember right, Terry back in the day raced quite a bit, not just Butler. I think when he was in his prime, he ran Oakshade, Butler on Friday, Oakshade Saturday, and probably
he ran Crystal a lot too, if I recall.
yeah, I think he ran Bryan some on Sundays too. That was kind of a
That's way back.
a 3-day tour.
Right, that could be. I'd have to ask my mom to clarify that and everything. Like, I mean, I wish I was alive for most of them days. Like all those stories I hear, it's like, dang, wish I was a few years older. So
I'm sure I've seen him when I was a kid because
I'm sure.
remember that name. Probably a Brian, as a matter of fact.
Right.
So. Anyway, so what would you say is your biggest win of your career so far?
the biggest win of my career so far probably is in 2023 in the championship year. The last night there, because I ended up winning that night to clinch the championship. And to go with that, I had Eric Swan breathing down my neck the whole race. So that it was a good race at that. It wasn't just I started out front and led the whole thing. It was I had to actually earn it. So that was the coolest for sure because all of us guys, I told my guys, like, look, guys, we just need to finish the race. And, if we win, we win. If not, right? So, and to go out there and just be conservative and end up winning the race was awesome. So
I remember you said when we talked to you back in 2023, that season you had ended up on your lid for the very first time. Has that happened since again, or are you still good? You're keeping all four wheels on the ground?
keeping it on all four, yeah, it's a lot faster that way for sure.
A lot less work in the shop too, right?
Yes, a lot less work in the shop. For sure. That was a crazy week. And see, and that goes back to the championship too. It made it all that much sweeter because I had to actually earn it that year. I mean, we didn't have all the wins. We didn't have, it was a finish the race, work on the car every week. Finish the race was the biggest thing, right? Having your car hold together and not have any issues. So, and we had a couple issues and we still end up winning the championship there. So that was a fun year. I'll probably never forget.
So was that the craziest thing to happen to you when you ended up on your lid, or was there something even crazier that's happened to you during your racing career?
That was probably the craziest thing. Yeah. I try to be conservative when I can. I know that's not always the easiest thing, but yeah, that'd probably be the craziest thing. It all happened so fast. So, you're upside down. Next thing you know, you're sitting there staring at the fans and they're wondering what the heck just happened. And that's so are you. Yeah, and then your adrenaline, of course, and it's funny. I got in the ambulance, and they said, "Man, you got to sit in here for like another 15 minutes." And I'm like, "For what?" And they said, "Well, your heart rate's up." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I just rolled it 3 times, and my heart rate is definitely up." So it was funny for them to say my heart rate was up because it definitely was. So that was a fun time.
So what's kind of your long term plans as far as racing goes? I mean, are you gonna stay in the street stocks? Any plans to maybe move up to a modified, or I mean, what do you see in the future?
It's tough with the modifieds. They're almost what we have right now. That's the thing. Like we're spending just about the same money, if not a little less, right? And we're racing for a little less, but we really found our happy place right now in the street stocks. I know here in the near future, I'd love to buy a house, so maybe my racing might start to slow down and dwindle down, and I might just pick my shows that I want to race, and it don't cost me anything leaving it in the garage for a week. So that might be my next year's plans. And obviously, like I said too, my motor, I didn't really do a whole lot to it this year, so I'm probably gonna be due to do some motor work. So it's again gonna take some money. So I don't really know what next year will bring. I'm definitely never gonna quit racing, that's for sure. Um, Maybe just slow down a little bit.
It's in your blood. It's
It's
like you're
definitely in
gonna
the
you're
blood.
gonna end up like this guy over here. You'll be however old he is. We won't mention any names. And still racing.
That's right.
Who are your sponsors that kind of help you pay the bills there?
Yeah, so I gotta thank first I gotta thank my girlfriend, Sam. She's a huge contribution to me as money and for me being in shop, making sure I eat and all that good stuff. I gotta thank Sims Lawn and Landscaping, George Sims out of Coldwater, Jim's Motor Sales out of Girard, Viper Fabrication out of Athens. I gotta thank Rod and Hope a lot. They were a huge help this winter to help us get some parts to make us faster. I gotta thank Uncle D Dub, Gundram Lawn Care out of Coldwater, GM Lawn Care out of Coldwater, Wilbur Auto Pot out of Coldwater, Team ESR with Eric Swan Race Cars, Bonnie's Beauty Shop. That's Hannah Wilbur out of Girard.
Rose,
We all froze again.
that's back. That's back.
We lost you there for a second. Actually, we all disappeared. Sorry about that.
Oh dang, I didn't even notice. I'm sorry.
Let me get rid of that one. Anyways, you were saying with your sponsors.
Uh-huh,
Go back
sorry.
about 2 or 3.
So I don't remember where I left off, but I gotta thank my Uncle D Dub. He's a huge help. Guns and
Yep,
Lawn Care.
that your uncle was about the last one that we had.
Yep. So Gundam Lawn Care, they're out of Coldwater. GM Lawn Care, also out of Coldwater. Wilbur Auto Parts, that's Napa, out of Coldwater. Team ESR, that's Eric Swan. Blondie's Beauty Shop, that's Hannah Wilbur, out of Girard. Brian Thompson Home Improvement, out of Colin. They were also a huge help this winter to get us some good parts. Peasky Garage, Tim Peasky, he's a good rear end guy to have around. Built me a good gear this year. Bailey Racing Engines is probably the best racing engines in around this area. Advanced Home Inspections out of Coldwater. And I got to thank my guys, of course, my crew guys, Logan Weekly, Carl Thompson, James Smith, Logan Easterday, and then Justin Vaughn when he can help. Those guys, man, they've spent so much time in the shop this year, and I couldn't thank them enough. Along with their wives. I mean, their wives, right? It takes two. I know it's tough for them to give their time to me, and I definitely appreciate all of them people.
And you had this all written down on a list?
I had it all written down, so I didn't
Good
want to forget
job.
anybody. And I probably still did. So
I know how that goes. That's good though to be prepared. So this weekend, Butler Saturday night. That's in the plans. Who's going to come out on top? You or your brother?
see, there's no street stocks this weekend.
Oh, that's right.
Oh no.
Oh, so you
they
got the week off.
Yeah, I got the week off. They got a good Sprints IRA show, so definitely get trackside there. That's gonna be a good show. But yeah, we're gonna take the week off and maybe get some camping in, spend some time with Sam and the family here. So I don't get to do that a whole lot. So every time I get a chance, I try to do the most I can.
The 4-cylinders are I should have looked ahead at our menu here. If one of the 4-cylinder guys offered up their car for you for the evening, would you take it up, or you already got plans?
I don't know. We'll have to see if we'll have to see if what comes up.
Gotcha. Corey
I
Gumbs
know modifieds are in action too, so I'd probably prefer one of their rides instead.
What about one of the IRA guys, the 410 Sprints?
It depends on what the offer is there. I don't know.
Oh.
I can't afford to fix one of them things.
Well, that's a good point. So next week,
I might be sleeping on the couch.
so is what the never mind. So next race for you then a week from Saturday.
Yep, be a week from Saturday.
Okay. Well, and I don't remember if you went. I think you were bowling last time we talked to you, and I don't know if you went on and bowled a 300 after you talked to us, but. Go on and get the win next week because I'm sorry for your brother, but our guests usually go on to win their next race after being on the show.
It's not 100.
Cool.
It's not 100%, but it's a real good percentage.
And we'll have to get your brother on one of these days too.
Yeah, he'd love that for sure.
Cool. Always a pleasure talking to you again, Kaleb Wilber. Good luck on the rest of the season, racking up some more wins, and hopefully that you don't get a target on you where they're like, you win too much, stop winning.
No, I definitely don't think so. Like I said, we're open to help anybody out. We're give anybody tips. We're always down for a good race. So I'd love to help anybody and compete with us. So
I wish there were more people like that.
Yeah.
I wish that your knowledge would help me, but probably not since our cars are a little different in the track. But
it might.
We'll talk then.
All right.
Kaleb Wilber, appreciate it. You have a good weekend then.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later.
Thanks for being here.
Yep. See ya.
There you go. Kaleb Wilber, winner of the last two street stock feature wins at Butler.
But not leading the points.
But no, because they missed the opening night. I think they were 4th and 5th or 5th and 6th. And I think Jake is actually ahead of him. Like they're right next to each other there.
Close.
Though. Actually, John Lonebarger's leading the points up there. He's been pretty consistent.
Really? That's pretty
former
cool.
Oakshade super stock driver, trying things out there. So pretty. He used to pit next to us
Right.
at Oakshade. Cool guy. I think this new system, it's like, all right, you've been on for about 40 minutes. It's time to kick you off. I think that's what it's doing. I don't know. It's becoming frustrating, though, if that's a weekly thing. Ryan Race Cars, your one-stop racing headquarters located in Lambertville, Michigan. Ryan Race Cars has everything you need to keep your racing dreams on track, from custom race cars to parts, safety equipment, service, and even American Racer tires. If it's for racing, Ron has it, or he can get it if you need new seatbelts or spacers.
Yeah, but that's not a race car part.
Well, it could be.
It could be.
This is actually for my lawnmower.
It's a lawnmower part.
It's for my lawnmower, but it's a racing part. Lawnmower parts. Give Ron a call. Why not?
Is Scott Hammer going lawnmower racing?
734-856-7223. No, but I don't know if you noticed my lawn. It kind of needs to be mowed.
Ooh, mine too.
Yeah. Ryan Miller Race Cars, fueling racers one lap at a time. Again, hashtag Oakshade, if you haven't put that in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live, that is our Speedy Sponsor track of the week. Chance to win one of these Speedy Sponsor stickers. We'll do that drawing at the end of the show. We have how many coming up here in just a little bit as well. And we got a video we're going to play for you again. Again, this is your warning for if there's little kids around. There might be a few F-bombs in the video.
From the ARCA race.
From after the ARCA race, yes. Right. We're not just playing a random video with F-bombs in it, but it has to, it's
I don't
it's
know.
newsworthy. Well, like the president does
President
F-bombs,
Trump
so
did, yeah.
Whatever. DCR Graphics is your source for high-quality wraps, stickers, die-cast banners, and more. Looking to upgrade your race team's look, DCR Graphics has you covered with full wraps, starting at just $425. If you want to showcase your car in miniature form, get a box of 8 custom die-casts for only $135. Available for late model sprints, modified street/super stocks, and now DCR has even more ways to show off your style. Check out their brand new lineup of crew shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, flags, and more. Hit up the new DCRgraphics.com or call 419-308-9523 and place your order today. DCR Graphics, where speed meets style. If you go there,
any truth to the rumor that he has some Hammer Down Racing Report swag?
Truth. Yeah.
Ooh.
And he's got, I shared this on the Hammer Down Racing Report page the other day. Right. He has his shirt out, the Dale Cole Jr. shirt, with the Hammer Down logo on it and all the names. Remember, we had everybody submit their names to go on his hood of his car. Those names are going on that shirt as well. So DCRgraphics.com. I think there might even be some Hammer Racing 8S shirts on that site. A lot of John Young's, all the DCR graphic guys that use them, most of them, I think, they have apparel for sale at DCRgraphics.com. So it's not just DCR graphic stuff at DCRgraphics.com, but it's other drivers that he does stuff for and shows, apparently.
Pretty cool.
So there you go. Got some racing news to knock out before we get to tonight's How Many. So let's give that a go.
Latest racing news.
So do you remember talking to Chris McCrone, I think his name was? See if his name the Lorain, Ohio Kartplex.
Oh, sure.
Guy. We talked to a couple of years.
It was going
to be a big go-kart complex, and then eventually a 3/8 mile dirt track with the World of Outlaws plans to try and draw them. Well, the dirt track part seems to have gone away, and he's focusing. His background is in go-karts.
Gone away or just...
It's not in the plans that I know of.
Okay.
That I've seen. But the Lorain, Ohio Kartplex is what it's called. It's slated to host its first event on July 19th. The Lorain, Ohio Kartplex eventually will include a 0.82 mile international competition track, a 0.43 mile track for rental karts, a 0.35 mile indoor kart track for electric racing karts, an esports arena focusing on motorsports simulators, a restaurant and brewery by Cleveland Restaurant Group, a corporate training and event center, radio-controlled track, on-site storage facilities, motorsports retail store, and a lounge and fitness center for members.
So you said there was a 0.43 oval track?
I said a 0.43 track for rental racing karts. I don't know that it's
that's a pretty big track.
I'm pretty sure it's a twisty
road course.
Thing.
Okay,
if it's a rental.
Okay,
but that stuff's actually happening now.
I'm thinking we have to go there, Scott.
You think so?
Yeah.
Are we going to race against each other?
I'm thinking so. Yes.
Maybe we do it
Why
in the
would we go there together?
Why don't we do it in the off season? Do the electric indoor thing? Although that's not made yet, but that's coming.
Right.
That'd be something cool. That sounds like a cool place to go to.
We're going to be going there, Scott.
I think so too. The Quaker State 400 at Echo Park Speedway will be the first 32 drivers quest, the 32 drivers quest to win $1 million in NASCAR's first in-season tournament. Seating for the field of 32 drivers in contention for the $1 million prize is set to be based on the results of the NASCAR Cup Series events from Michigan, Mexico City, and Pocono. These drivers will compete in 5 races, starting with Saturday night's Quaker State 400 in Atlanta, in head-to-head bracket-style elimination matchups to determine the inaugural winner of the NASCAR in-season tournament. The 16 drivers who finish better than their head-to-head opponent will advance to the next round at the Chicago Street Course. The other 16 drivers will be eliminated from the tournament. There's a bracket at NASCAR.com. And this kind of goes back to Mark Martin was on, was it with Kenny Wallace, I think it was? Mm-hmm. Saying about how NASCAR's trying to be like ball and stick sports, and this is kind of an example of trying to be like the NCAA tournament, I believe, where you can fill out your bracket. I think the fan wins $1 million if you get a bracket. I'm not sure. I didn't look into the rules that much,
okay.
but yeah. it's a little.
Well, isn't Powerball?
Gimmicky.
Was it Powerball that was affiliated with NASCAR?
I don't know, but I think they're into that whole sports betting stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. In other news, Larry McClure, former co-owner at Morgan McClure Motorsports, passed away Wednesday afternoon. His team won 14 Cup races, including 3 Daytona 500s. Wins came with drivers such as Ernie Irvan, Sterling Marlin, and Bobby Hamilton. Those are some blasts from the past, aren't they?
Buddy.
Back when I watched NASCAR a lot. And some other news here. Oh, this is last warning if you have kids and you don't want to hear F-bombs. Joe Gibbs Racing, I'm not doing it right now, you have a couple minutes, but Joe Gibbs Racing's ARCA Menard Series Elko Speedway race winning number 18, driven by Max Reeves, violated the series rulebook's minimum ballast weight specifications per ARCA. As a result, crew chief Matt Ross was fined $750 and placed on probation for the remainder of the season, while Reeves and owner Joe Gibbs were each docked 6 championship points.
$750?
Yeah, I know. It seems like so little compared to NASCAR fines.
Yeah, NASCAR is, $250,000.
And then additionally, Alex Clubb, driver and owner of the number 03, was fined $250.
Ooh.
And added to ARCA's probation list for the rest of the year. According to ARCA, Clubb violated its conduct guidelines with regards to media interactions and posts on social media. Are you curious? Because I was.
I am. Yeah.
I was curious. So here is that interaction. Again, there are some adult words in this, so you have been forewarned. And his audio is a little hard to hear. You got to listen kind of close, so you might need to turn up the volume a little bit because whoever captured the audio did not do the greatest job. But here is that interview, and it gets pretty spicy towards the end.
Alex Clubb, top 10 tonight. That's 2 good runs in a row on short tracks. What was your evening like?
Well, we were running really good, and I'm one of those guys that we have a lot of off nights. A lot. And I respect everybody. I get out of the race. And I had the 11 car, which I respect right. We go in the 31 car, the 10 car. They just chopped me anytime I was around them, trying to keep me a lap down. The 31 ran me in the wall. I mean, I get their young kids and that are coming here to race. You have to have respect. I was completely done with it. I destroyed the nose on our fucking race car. And the next time the 11 or the 31 did it, they were fucking getting drunk. So, excuse my language, but I'm hot. We never run good. We were running good tonight. And we got screwed by these old rich punks that don't give a shit.
With that on an extra small, tight short track, how much extra frustration is added when you are running well?
It's really frustrating because it's the best we have ever ran on a short track. We got our eggs in a basket. We did decent in Berlin last week. We had issues this week. We had some issues due to people not driving the thing. So I told that girl, you're a 16-year-old girl, I don't want to see you get hurt. I said, I almost right-reared you because your spotter cleared you while I was at your right rear. Anybody else in this series will put her in a head-on. That's just the way it works around here. Rich kids that don't give a shit, they got a bunch of money, and they don't care. They don't work on these things. Me and my dad work on this car. We work on that car. We work on everything we got. And so I just cost myself $1,200 by running over a fucking idiot. So I'm not real happy about it. I'm sure I'll get fined for this interview. Whatever the fine is, it's completely worth it.
Does it affect Lime Rock at all?
It don't affect Lime Rock. We just have to put a nose on it.
And how did the heat affect the race tonight? It was a hot one.
It was hot, but I had to run quarter throttle to keep the car from overheating. So I'm fine. I'm mad because we had a good run going, and we were going to be 10th no matter what, but it would have been nice to have been 3 or 4 laps down, not 10 or 15 or whatever we were. All the internet trolls want to talk shit on the internet, and it's ridiculous. We bust our ass to be here. We're on a $100,000 budget to run 20 races. They're all on $1 million budgets. So I'm just, I'm fed up with it. We get this thing running better, I'm putting a cow catcher on it. We will not overheat again. The next time they do it, I'm going to hit them wide open. I'm done.
Thank you.
Done with these kids.
So what do you think of that, Ron?
Oh, yeah.
Have you felt like that before?
Never, Scott.
All right.
Well, no.
I don't know. I was entertained by him.
Yeah.
It seems like a low-budget guy who was just out there
Having fun.
doing the best he can, and then, yeah, he said what he said. So that was Alex Club, and
So
yes,
he was fined $250.
$250. So he was right. He predicted he's going to get fined for this interview, and yeah, it
I
cost
wonder
him
what the start
$250.
money was.
I don't know.
Oh,
we could probably ask Charlie.
I'll bet it was a lot more than that.
Probably. It's probably well worth it. I'm sure he enjoyed it. I mean, I wouldn't have heard of Alex Club if it wasn't for that. So now I'm an Alex Club fan now.
Maybe we ought to have Alex Club on the show.
I just found out about that. That's a good idea. I bet you we could do that. Writing that down. Other news, the first season of NASCAR on Amazon Prime Video performed as expected with across-the-board growth among younger demos, offset by a sharp decline among older viewers. The 5 NASCAR Cup Series package that was on Amazon Prime Video, the Coca-Cola 600, the Michigan race, Nashville, Mexico City, and Pocono averaged 2.16 million viewers per Nielsen big data metric. That's down 16% from the same 5 race weekends last year, which aired on Fox and FS1. And that included the Coca-Cola 600, St. Louis, Sonoma, Iowa, and New Hampshire. So a little bit different tracks. And those averaged 2.56 million. So about a 500,000 difference there. Yeah. Well, almost, I guess, 0.4 million.
Maybe
anyway.
It's just overall disenchantment with NASCAR.
It could be. Well, the fact that not everybody has Amazon Prime to be able to watch.
Yeah, but most of it was.
But you could get the free trial.
You could get the free trial, right?
And keep in mind that last year's Coca-Cola 600 was impacted by rain too. That was the one where Kyle Larson got there just as they pulled off the track and it started to rain. And finally, here, last thing, Burt Emick, founder of the All-Star Circuit of Champions, passed away today in Florida.
Saw that.
Some late breaking.
84 years old, I believe.
Late breaking news. I don't have his age. It was last minute stuff there. So, and we thought the All-Stars were dead, but it's still going, as Rich Farmer had revived it there. We got how many coming up here in just a second, and we'll wrap things up with our DCR Graphics racing menu for this weekend. For that, we got to mention Dittman Motorsports, your one-stop race shop in Northwest Ohio. They offer on-site part services at Fremont Speedway and Oakshade Raceway. Dittman Motorsports provides Hoosier Racing tires, high-performance parts, and full-service support to keep you on track and in the lead, featuring the new late model rear number 2 tires, along with super stock, modified, and sportsman tires. I know Grayson Warner had to go over and get some new tires because of his incident this weekend, so he went over to the Dittman. Whether you need expert service or top gear, top-tier gear.
Top tier. Okay.
Yeah. Dittman, apparently I need new glasses. Dittman's got you covered. Call 419-283-8580. Stop by the shop or check them out online at dittmanmotorsports.com. And I know you're going to be disappointed, but this week, no hammer down hotline.
Oh, no.
Calls
say
or
it's
text.
Not so.
It is so, and I do apologize for you. But if you do want to call or text, if you got something on your mind, there's the number for you, 419-318-3081. Call or text anytime, day or night. And we'll move right on to our How Many. How about we do that?
Yeah.
Give away some stickers.
How many?
Speaking of stickers, hashtag Oakshade will get you in the drawing here. We're going to be doing just a little bit for the Speedy Sponsor sticker. Right now, though, for How Many, last week's How Many was how many regional tracks that we had in the DCR Graphics racing menu for last weekend would cancel. I said 0 because I was being optimistic. You said 1. And the correct answer was
1.
Sandusky. was the only one who canceled last weekend. So Ron gets to pick first this week. Unfortunately, we had a tie, or fortunately, I guess. We had 4 people guess correctly with 1. So we're going to have to spin the Big D's pizza wheel. Big D's. Wow, I went way back. The DCR Graphics pizza wheel. DCR Graphics pizza. I want pizza, damn it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. We're going to have to spin the wheel here to determine.
If somebody has any connections, we would love to have a pizza sponsor again.
Yeah.
And
or even a sponsor of our Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog Races.
And it costs you 1 pizza a week, so it's not outrageous.
No, especially when some people live way far away and don't claim those pizzas.
Right.
So there you go. There's your 4 names. We have Skylar Hovis, Amber Hovis, Chris Rutan, and Dean Henry is on the list. This is for one of these Hammer Down Race Report window stickers.
Those Hovis folks seem to...
They're pretty good.
They
know
are.
their stuff. So here we go. This week's winner of the Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker, courtesy of DCR Graphics, is Mr. Dean Henry.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Dean. You can pick that up from Ron Miller Race Cars within 30 days, or get a hold of me or Ron, and
we'll make arrangements to be at the same racetrack you are somewhere.
Yeah. So there you go. Congratulations on that. So that'll be what we have to do this week's How Many. Let's get that off the screen. There we go. All right. So this week's How Many, and a chance to win one of these stickers next week. And if you don't win, you can always get one. They're only $5. Get them from DCR Graphics.
Right.
Get a hold of them. Phone number scrolling at the bottom of the screen, or DCRgraphics.com. This week's How Many, and I know how much you like doing the math problems, so we brought the math problems back for this one.
Ooh, baby.
The American late model Ironman series is in the area this weekend. Big thing at Limaland on Friday night. First time in how many years?
Oh, man.
I remember watching the classic racing with Shane Yoder and Chris Patterson there.
Yeah.
So
I'll bet it's 15,
20 years?
15, 18.
I was thinking it was 20 years, but yeah.
Could be.
So the question is, the how many question for this week is, how many late models will be at Limaland on Friday? Plus, there's your math, how many late models will be at Montpelier on Saturday? Both American late model Ironman series shows.
And sitting right here.
What do you got there?
It's the weekend weather pit stop.
Oh, is that gonna be a factor?
It could be.
Really? Oh, I guess I haven't really paid attention to the weather this week. So
I'll wait till the weather pit stop.
Okay, so if you want a chance to win that sticker, just put your guess in the comments, just the total number. You don't have to, Chad, just put one number. The total number. So if you're guessing, like Ron's guessing 50, he's saying 25 at each track. Or it could be 30 and 20 at each, just the total number. Just one number is all you need to put in the comments of the Facebook. Or it could be 30 at one track and 0 at another if the weekend weather pit stop. There's a lot of things that could happen here in this week's How Many. So I stalled long enough. You've seen a few of the guesses there. We'll give you until 4 o'clock. Wait, what time do gates open at Limaland? They open at 5. We'll give it till 5 o'clock on Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern.
You can count haulers if you want.
In. What's that?
I say you can count haulers coming into the area if
you're there. That's dedication.
Car 54, where are you?
54. So are you saying both nights are going to run, or are you saying 54 at one track? I know It doesn't matter, but I'm just curious.
Yeah. That's a definite yes.
I'm going 53 then.
Oh, okay.
53 for me. So again, just put your comment in the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live. And again, John says he's going to wait. As long as your guess is in there, you only guess once. As long as it's in there by 5 o'clock on Friday, you will be entered to win. Whoever's closest, or if we have a tie, we'll spin the wheel again. That's it, yeah. Let's check out our DCR Graphics race menu for this weekend and find out what fun and exciting races you can check out.
This weekend's racing menu.
It was weird. It didn't play. It just muted us, and then it decided to play. Friday night, Lima Land, as we just mentioned, it's Late Model Mania. The Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series will be in action, along with UMP Modifieds, Thunder Stocks also in action. Gates open at 5. Racing will be at 7:30. General admission will be $20 for that show. And I believe it's got to be a $5,000 to win show. I think that's the minimum for
That's the minimum.
Yeah, for American Late Model Ironman Series events. Attica Raceway Park also in action on Friday night with the Columbus Equipment Impact Credit Union Buckeye Pumps Incorporated night. 410 Sprints, UMP Late Models, and 305 Sprints, regular show there at Attica on Friday. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:45. General admission $22. Saturday night, June 28th. Fremont Speedway is back in action with Sandusky Bay remodeling / open wheel shootout with the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car Series, USAC Midwest Thunder D2 Midgets, and 305 Sprints. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission $25. So no dirt trucks this weekend.
They'll be there next week.
Will you be there with your dirt truck?
My truck
Next
will
week.
be there.
Will you be there in your truck?
Kind of depends on whether my son has his engine back or not.
Oh, that's a thing again.
Still waiting.
Gotcha. Sandusky Speedway looking to get things going again with the Outlaw Super Modified night number 2 with the Outlaw Super Modified Sprint Series. Factory Stocks, Pro Compacts, and Warriors. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission $18 there at Sandusky. Montpelier Speedway. Saturday night, Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series, UMP Modified, Street Stocks, and Hornets all in action. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission $25. Wayne County Speedway. It is the 60th year anniversary with 410 Sprints, Late Models, UMP Modified, Street Stocks, and Mini Stocks. Gates open at 3, racing at 7 p.m. General admission $20. Flat Rock Speedway. It is Autograph Night with the Outlaw Super Late Models, Late Model Sportsman, Street Stocks, and Figure 8s. Oh, and the Factory 500 Series.
Oh, yeah.
Big show there at Flat Rock on Saturday. Gates open at 4.
Make sure to get R.J. Cornett's autograph there.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be a fun night at Flat Rock.
Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission just $16 for that show. So that's
How much?
16.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 60.
No,
So,
no,
whoa.
no.
I know it's a big show, but not that big.
Not that big. Also get last week's guest's autograph while you're there.
Yeah.
Paul Pelletier. Oakshade Raceway, full show Saturday night with UMP Late Models, DCR Graphic Sportsman, Dominator Super Stocks, and Compacts. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:15. General admission $15 there. Butler Speedway, it's the bumper-to-bumper IRA 410 Sprints, UMP Modifieds, and 4 cylinders, as Kaleb mentioned earlier. Street Stocks having the night off. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30 there at Butler. General admission $25. And we have a Sunday show this week.
Ooh.
Millstream Speedway back in action. Sunday night sprints with the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car Series and the AFCS 305 Sprints, a non-points event. But
Okay.
the Attica Fremont Championship Series 305s will be there. Gates open at 4, racing at 6 p.m. General admission $25 at Millstream on Sunday. How is that well-written out weekend weather pit stop forecast looking for us?
Scott, unless you've been living in a cave, it's been hot.
I did go to a cave last week.
Did you? I'll bet it wasn't hot in that cave.
It was cooler than it was everywhere
Yeah.
else, but it was still hot.
It's been hot. Friday afternoon, high upper 80s to 90, mostly sunny during the day until it's not. And there is rain possible in the afternoon or early evening. Looks like the rain will be clearing out of most areas about the time race starts. The weird thing about the weather this week is it could rain in your backyard and your next door neighbor won't get rain. It's been that scattered. And I expect that both Friday and Saturday are going to be that way. Saturday, we're going to have a high near 90 again. Cloudy in the morning, partly cloudy in the afternoon. So pop-up showers are possible. But again, don't depend on what's happening at your house. Check with the racetracks. Sunday, I think they're going to be okay at Millstream.
Very good. And speaking of being hit or miss, I was speaking with Pam out at Oakshade earlier today. She said with the storms we got today, they had an inch out there. They're still racing on Saturday, so there's no canceling there. But they had an inch of rain today, and I checked my rain gauge, and it's just not even enough really to measure.
And we had a couple of monsoons just 5 miles north of here.
I did see that on the radar. Nice.
It's kind of crazy.
So
but
keep an eye on social media.
Don't bet on what's happening in your neighborhood to be affecting the racetrack.
But it is supposed to be cooler than it was last weekend, right?
A little,
okay.
Couple degrees.
It wasn't that bad.
Now Saturday's humidity is going to be down, so it may not feel as bad.
I like that.
It's a track prep nightmare this week too.
Oh, good. That's great. Other series action this weekend, Napa Auto Parts All-Star Circuit of Champions will be at Mercer Speedway in Pennsylvania on Saturday. The Kubota High Limit Racing Series will be at Lucas Oil Speedway in Missouri. That's tonight. And we got the Diamond Classic at Lucas Oil Speedway Friday and Saturday as well. So Lucas Oil Speedway for 3 nights for the High Limit Series. World of Outlaws NASCAR Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. They're going to be at the Independent Spectacular at Cedar Creek Speedway in Wisconsin Friday and Saturday night. Dirt Car Summer Nationals continues on. Tonight it's the Herald and Review 100 at Macon Speedway. Farmer City Speedway on Friday. Then it's off to Highland Speedway in Illinois on Saturday. And where do we go from there? Clarksville Speedway in Tennessee on Sunday. So that'd wrap up that week. And then it's off to Old Number 1 Speedway in Arkansas. That'll be on Monday. Benton Speedway in Missouri, Benton, Missouri on Tuesday. Spoon River on Wednesday night. And then a week from tonight, it'll be the Freedom 40 at LaSalle Speedway in LaSalle, Illinois, Thursday, July 3rd. It's going to be 4th of July Eve next week on the show.
It is.
Yeah, we'll have to have some fireworks.
Boom.
World of Outlaws, Real American Beer Late Model Series. They got a lot of stuff going on. I believe Dave told me that the Fergus Falls Showdown at I-94 was rained out. That was supposed to be tonight. So we'll move on to tomorrow night. Grand Forks Showdown, River City Speedway in North Dakota on Friday. Then it's the Norman County Showdown at Norman County Raceway in Minnesota on Saturday. Minot Mayhem at Nodak Speedway in North Dakota. And the Gopher 50 at Deer Creek Speedway in Spring Valley, Minnesota on Thursday through Saturday of next week. So lots going on for those guys. The Xfinity Series NASCAR action, Focused Health 250 at Echo Park Speedway, formerly the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Right.
That'll be tomorrow night, 7:30 on the CW, Friday night. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be in action at Lime Rock Park on Saturday, 1 o'clock on Fox. The ARCA Menard Series also there, the Lime Rock Park 100 for the ARCA guys. That's also going to be Saturday. That'll be at 4 o'clock. That'll be on FS2. And then the NASCAR Cup Series Quaker State 400 at Echo Park Speedway will be Saturday night at 7 p.m., and that'll be the first race on TNT.
Ooh.
Which I remember watching races on TNT back in the 90s. So it's come full circle there.
I wasn't even aware that TNT was still a thing.
Yeah, they're back apparently. I haven't watched TNT in a while. Might have to check that out. And that is your DCR Graphics Racing menu.
And good evening, Miss Robin.
Hello, Robin. And that's about it for this edition of the Hammer Down Racer Report. Again, still looking for some sponsors, just looking for some incentive for racers for our Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog races. We do have Speedy sponsors on board to give us something. Ron Miller Race Cars and the Hammer Down Racing Report's going to throw something in. Just got to work out those details. I was impressed. I came up with. We got dates though for everything going on. HammerdownRacingReport.com. You can check out the dates. We have the first one will be for the late models. 26th of July, I believe it was. I suppose I could just flip my paper over and see. Yeah, 26th of July. Sportsman will be August 2nd. The Super Stocks will be August 16th, and the Compacts August 30th. If you're a driver in one of those classes at Oakshade and you want to get in on that, HammerdownRacingReport.com, right there on the homepage, fill out that form, because we'll do a drawing to determine the 2 competitors and 2 alternative drivers for each of those races the week of. So still plenty of time to get in on that, and again, we're looking for some incentive to hopefully...
They will be fun.
They'll be interesting. Again, it's like a drag race around the track for 1 lap. They stop, get out, eat a hot dog. It's like a drag race and an hot dog eating contest mashed into one. Yeah. They eat a hot dog. They got to eat it all, drink their drink, get back in. They have to get all their safety stuff back on, and they can't leave again until, because we'll have an official for each one until they get the thumbs up from them, and then they go and complete another lap. So whoever is first to complete that second lap is the hot dog race winner. Again, I learned all this from the immortal Chris Mize.
Illustrious.
I like that better, yeah. Who we unfortunately lost almost a year ago. In August, I think it was. Again, Hammerdown Race Report at Outlook.com, or get a hold of us.
It's only fitting that most of our hot dog races will be in August then.
Yeah, I guess so. So, if you want interested in sponsoring any of those classes, any of those races, get a hold of us. Shoot us an email, HammerdownRaceReport at Outlook.com. Message on Facebook.
Just because we've got a couple of sponsors doesn't mean that we couldn't have 2 or 3 sponsors for each event.
Correct. Yes, we can make them more.
Yeah.
I'm thinking at least $50 or a pizza or something.
Yeah.
So gift certificate for a restaurant, gift certificate for Ron Miller Race Cars. Which we'll work out, hopefully, the details by next week's show, at least for our initial sponsors. But I'm hoping to build it up a little bit bigger, just to make it more worthwhile and make it more exciting. So that's it. I'm done. Thanks to producer Dave Kemmer, contributors. Oh, no, wait. We're not done. What am I doing? We forgot to do the drawing for the Speedy sponsors. The hashtag Oakshade. Last chance for hashtag Oakshade.
Sorry, Dave. Wake up.
Sorry, Dave. I didn't forget. I almost did, but hashtag Oakshade. If you haven't done that already, we'll give just a minute to get in on the drawing and piss off Dave, because he's going to have to watch for just a minute. And while I'm doing that, I will read our stuff here to thank Dave Kemmer, contributors John Young, Bob Stazak as well. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on X. We're at Hammer Report on X. Follow us on YouTube. Listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. HammerdownRacingReport.com. If you're interested in getting in to one of those hot dog races, fill out that form there. And, I'm not sure if that's the air conditioning kicking on or what's going on, but the lights are flashing here. Must be time to go. So with that, Dave, anytime you're ready and you want to do that, let me take this. I guess that works. Yeah, go ahead. This is for the Speedy Sponsor sticker from all of our hashtag Oakshade entries.
It's yellow.
It's a Hovis. Skylar Hovis. Congratulations. Wow, they're cheering. They're pretty excited there. Skylar Hovis is this week's winner of our Speedy Sponsors.
You can pick that up from Scott Hammer on Saturday at Oakshade Raceway.
I've been seeing a lot of them. Yeah, I'll take that with me, have that in the truck. I swear I'm hearing things. But anyway, that's it for this edition of the Hammer Down Race Report. Thanks to our sponsors, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Magic Moon Entertainment, Dippin' Motorsports, Dominator Race Products, DCR Graphics, and Freeze Frame Photos. Thanks to our guest this week, Kaleb Wilber. Next week, we'll be speaking with the Outlaw, Jesse Jones, who is, I believe he's leading the points. He had a pretty tight point battle with Donnie Ringman. Right. And they may have traded some paint. We might have to talk to him about that. It's been a few years since we had the outlaw Jesse Jones on. But we'll talk to him next week. And then I'm
talk
going to reach out.
Go-kart racing with him, too, besides his dominance recently at Oakshade.
And I'm going to reach out to Alex Clubb and try and get him on.
Yeah.
Try not to get him in trouble anymore, because hopefully he won't be so hot and frustrated. But that ARCA driver there, so cool. So yeah, that's it for this edition. We'll see you next Thursday at 7 o'clock. That is a wrap on show number 384 of the Hammer Down Racing Report.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.